William, hopefully your favorite videographer. We are here at the Dallas Area Rapid Transit Board meeting, the agency known as DART to Dallas, Texas residents. As a service to the Dallas community, we plan to cover DART board meetings from gavel to gavel. Public comments are required to keep DART board aware of issues close to the ridership that they may not get through other resources.
Keep trying to vote.
It is 6:33 and this meeting of the Dallas Area Rapid Transit Board of Directors is in session. Our first order of business is the approval of the minutes from the prior meeting. Are there any objections, corrections, redactions, changes in any way? The minutes are ordered entered as read. We have a report from our Citizens Advisory Committee. We have to do something first. Mr. Carrizales has to read the rules of this. So you can take your seat, it's kind of long, and come back, or stay there, your choice.
Can I stand there?
Sorry. Public comments. General public comments will be allowed at the beginning of each DART board meeting for a total of 30 minutes, and again at the end of the meeting when the 30-minute period does not accommodate all persons who have signed up to speak. Individuals who have addressed the board in the past 30 days will be recognized to speak during the public comment period at the end of the meeting. During the public comment period, board members may not interact with the speakers or other board members by asking questions or offering their own comments. Members of the public are reminded that the behavior during DART board meetings is governed by the DART Board of Code of Conduct for Citizens, News, Media, and Visitors. Personal attacks, impertinent or slanderous remarks, and boisterous conduct will not be allowed. Each speaker will have 3 minutes to address the board. The green light on the podium will indicate when you can begin speaking. The yellow light indicates that you have 1 minute remaining, and the red light indicates that your time has expired.
Yes, Ms. Silver?
Yes, I'm Phyllis Silver. I'm chair of the DART Citizens Advisory Committee, and I'm here to present the report on the meetings of July 17th and August 21st. During our July 17th meeting, our committee members toured the new DFW Airport Station. Lawrence Mishak, manager in DART Community Engagement and DART liaison for our committee, had prearranged for a special bus to take us to the new station. After we donned our reflective vests, hard hats, and goggles, Patrick Powers, who is the project quality manager, showed us the station, led us along the walkway to Terminal A and into Terminal A. The DFW Airport Station project has been a successful collaboration between DFW Airport and DART. We are all proud of the new station and the positive impact it will make on connecting our region to the rest of the world. On the subject of the DFW Airport Station opening, all committee members appreciated the opportunity to attend the very special August 15th dedication luncheon. At this July committee meeting, we were pleased to welcome our newest member, Moses Ruiz, appointed by Amanda Moreno-Cross. Thank you, Amanda. At our August 21st meeting, Ernie Martinez, DART project manager in rail program development, briefed us on the second CBD alignment, which is also called the D2 project. Mr. Martinez explained that the D2 project is part of the program of interrelated projects. Due to funding constraints, it was deemed beneficial to divide the D2 project into phases. The current plan is to have Phase 1 completed in 2021 in conjunction with the opening of high-speed rail in Dallas. It is anticipated that passengers will transfer to and from high-speed rail and DART light rail. This phase would bring the Orange Line to the Union Station or Omni Hotel area. Due to funding considerations, the current target date is to complete Phase 2 in the 2035 to 2040 timeframe. This phase would move the orange and green lines to an alternative downtown alignment. Our next CAC meeting is on Thursday, September 18th at 6 p.m. I will address the board on September 9th to let you know our planned topic for this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you for your report, Ms. Silver.
You're welcome.
We have 5 speakers, one who is asked to speak at the end of the meeting. Our first speaker is Jeffrey Lipscomb, and following Mr. Lipscomb is Reverend Harold Johnson. And if you could please state your name and address.
Jeffrey Arthur Lipscomb, Homeless Thanks to Dollar Administration, and a scandal in my department, which I'm trying to address without scandal or anything, just the truth. That's why I'm homeless now. And my last time I was at this mic, I advocated, I don't know what department I have to do it, and I know Mr. Thomas was out too. Why are you still charging people to ride the train? And this is a tax base, not a fare base, like the bus. And I've received 2 tickets just today. It was put off a train the other day. We knew I know the system, and I see the cotton belt running every day by the little hotel I'm just trying to stay in, and that's a right of way. And there's plenty of cargo. And he's talking about spending like high rail and all this and luncheons. Get your priorities right. It's for people, not for machines. Okay? And another thing about the scandal. I don't know if Mr. Terrence Dwayne Kelton or Mr. Bender Boatwright is still a passenger meetings or not, but they shredded lots of papers during my ouster, well, forced retirement. And in doing so, I haven't had any reception of anything from DART. They were probably in another scandal with Lincoln Financial about my retirement, as well as a retirement about some type of workman's comp from a guy in Michigan. But he said he got to the bottom of it, I don't know. This business is full of corruption. I still don't know, Mr. Thomas, how you have a $900 million shortfall? Yes, you know, it's corrupt. Republicans do things, Democrats do things, it's political. Don't get political. You're taxing me. You're not a government. Govern yourselves first. I like to get anyone I can to get rid of fire bases on the train. That is unnatural. All you do is expand bus service. If you had to. Be patient, whatever you have to. If you want to ride from Plano all the way to downtown in 15 or 20 minutes, okay. Do it for free. You should not put in charge anybody, any fare on that train. The bus is different, that's different maintenance. The trains are brought in here while it's on right away. A bus will stop for an ambulance, a train will not. Somebody might die. Maybe even you. Thank you very much.
Our next speaker is Reverend Harold Johnson.
Good evening, and thank the board. My name is Reverend Harold Johnson. I'm with the Black Consumer Network and also a member of the DART Citizen Advisory Board appointed by Ms. Wilt. And this afternoon, I'd like to present a paper, if I will. Can I give each one of the members a copy of this information? Is that dismissal?
Yes, it's fine. Nancy, can you assist him? Or Lanisha? Remember.
I'd like to give everybody a copy of that, and that way you can read over it at a later date. But what I come this evening to talk to you about, this information I gave you is from citizens that live in the southern sector of Dallas. We seem to have a big disparity upon the service of DART from the north to the south. A lot of things are going on. I live in the southern sector. I ride the train and the bus every day. And there's a lot of things going on, a lot of crime. I talked to Chief Speller. I think I was here back in 2010 on some of the same issues, which has gotten worse. I ride the Blue Line every night sometime at 12:30. A lot of crime, drugs, prostitution, everything that you want to do. They got a lady on there selling chicken. There's a gentleman on there with a snake in the afternoon. There's a gentleman on there pulling his penis out, showing it to young girls. These type of things are unacceptable, and that's because we do not have security on that Blue Line going into Ledbetter Station. And that's something I would like the DART board to put a task force together. If you'll read the information that the people has complained to the Black Consumer Network about, and also we give some suggestions to the board on curving that on an interdepartmental actions to work on getting some of this stuff curved, because it's getting real, very, very dangerous. I was shot and robbed from a DART station about 3 years ago, waiting on a bus. So I know how really dangerous. I hear people talk about it. I see them talk about it because I ride every day, and I get calls from citizens every day. But it's, at this point, we need to do something about it. We need to do something about the crime in the southern sector, those buses that are mentioned. If we can put a task force of undercover officers, get some type of board together to go out and look at these problems and see how we can correct them and see what we can do to change the safety issues on the southern sector of town. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your comments, Reverend. Our next speaker is Deborah Coleman.
Good evening, and thank you very much for your time tonight. My name is Deborah Coleman. I'm at 1814 Sunview, and I ride the 842 Beltline route from Buckner. And my concern is the last route leaves at 6:13 in the evening. And we have several people, me included, that do not get off work or out of school by the time to get to that station at 6:13. So because of this, the closest route is at Masters and 175. That's 3 miles that we are having to either bike or walk. And we have some elderly people that are having to do this. Myself am having to do this. It's getting to where there's dogs on the route, and we have to go on the frontage road, so that's we're having to deal with cars. And my request is if we could please have the route extended to at least 7:13, just at least 1 more hour, so that way those of us that work and have school can have a way home safely. One of the gentlemen that I walked home with, he's an elderly gentleman, he has a cane, and we walked home together on Thursday night and had dogs and everything coming to us, and it's just so unsafe for us. And so I'm just asking, we live in Dallas. It's not like we live in Seagoville or anything. We're in the city of Dallas. And I would just really like to have us taken care of and have at least 1 more route for the 842 route.
Ms. Coleman, would you speak with Rob Smith? He's waving his hand up.
Absolutely.
If you'd please talk with him.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much for coming. Our next speaker is Mr. Ken Dublé. Thank you.
Yeah, 3 quick issues. Just take a second. They all concern the bus Route 26. First of all, the stop in front of the Bank of America Plaza was temporarily relocated due to construction. They were working on the plaza, and they had the sidewalks closed off, and so because of that, the bus stop was temporarily located to the middle of the block. Okay, now that construction phase is complete, and so now not only is it not necessary to have the stop in the middle of the block where it was put temporarily, but now they have closed off the other half of the block due to construction, and you can't even wait for it there because there's no place to stand. So I'm sure that's an easy fix. Just to put it back where it was before the construction started, that's the 100 block of North Griffin. Now, my second concern about Route 26 is I think there should be a stop on the other side of Bank of America Plaza, because right now there's 2 stops on the 300 block and the 200 block of South Lamar. And so you have 2 stops together, and so the bus ends up stopping twice and then drives another 3 blocks to the transfer station. So I think it makes sense to, instead of having two stops together, one after another in terms of blocks, that they should be spaced a block apart, and close the one at 200 south of Mar and open the one at 100, which would be on the other side of the Bank of America Plaza. And that way you'd have one on both sides. I don't see any problem with doing that. There's no parking there, and it wouldn't interfere with anyone even making the right turn on Red, because Elm's a one-way street. My third issue I was going to mention is I'm an officer in the Cedars Neighborhood Association. We have a brand-new housing development that's under construction at 1400 Bellevue. Now, the bus 26 makes a left turn there and heads north into downtown, and then, of course, southbound, it makes a right turn. My recommendation, since we have a building going up that's 5 stories high and it takes up the entire block, and it's going to be a lot of, it's basically subsidized housing. My recommendation would be that now that this building's about to open, that the next time you redo your routes, you might consider having it go around the block so that it could serve these new residents. That's all I have to say. My name's Ken Dublé, and I live at 1111 South Akron, and I thank you for the opportunity to speak.
Mr. Dublé, would you see Todd Plesko, who's right up there? Thank you very much. Our next speaker is Mr. Charles Williams. Charles Williams? Oh, thank you.
Good afternoon, Dart Board.
Good afternoon.
I'm Reverend Williams. I am also with the Black Consumer Network, and I just wanted to share a couple of experiences that I've had on the bus dealing with the bus drivers. It would be good if they had, I guess, maybe a basic knowledge of the routes so that they can ask reasonable questions without an attitude and without being disrespectful to those who are seeking information. I've had it happen to me on a number of occasions, trying not to be in an altercation, being a minister, but I did have an occasion where a driver ran me pretty raw, because I asked her about a route. It's a very short route, and she couldn't give me the basic information, but instead of informing me that she had just started on the route, she suggested, or she told me, to get a schedule and look at that or what have you and different things. And then I said, well, I'll just ask you a basic question. I don't understand the attitude. And after the confrontation, she finally said, well, this is the first time I'm on this route. I don't really know the route that well, which would have been fine if she had said that before, she threatened me with calling the police on me, and, we had to go back and forth with, dealing with supervisors and things of that nature. So a basic, I guess the drivers ought to know that one of their priorities is customer service and not making us feel disrespected or make us feel ignorant. I had a schedule in my hand, so telling me to go get a schedule was disrespectful in my regard to that whole situation. Also, I had my wife and my little girl with me as well. So, just dealing with some of the things that's going on the train. This is also in the southern sector. As our Reverend Johnson stated earlier, people are misbehaving quite a bit to the point where the language is atrocious. You have a very impressionable little girl, and she repeats things that she hears. And then when we ask people, hey, please don't use that language and things of that nature, then we're, subject to get into a senseless altercation just by asking somebody, to curb their language. And I think that there should be a little bit more presence as far as security or maybe police presence or something like that. I noticed that after a certain hour, we don't see, dark police at all on the Blue Line. And I think that needs to change. Thank you very much. Yes, sir.
Mr. Dublé, would you speak with Tim Newby, please?
Who?
Tim Newby, he's there.
Yes, sir.
You see that? Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. There is one more speaker. She has to speak at the end, so we will go to our agenda. The first item is number 4, contracts for environmental response. And I'm going to ask Mr. Wageman to make that motion and exclude it as appropriate.
Thank you, Chairman Strauss. This is an item that came through the Committee of the Whole and passed unanimously. It calls for the establishment of a reserve to fund 4 different contracts for environmental work performed on behalf of the agency. I'm going to break it into 2 different votes because I need to recuse myself from one of the contractors as they're a client of my law firm. And so I make a motion to approve the creation of the contract reserve for 4 environmental contracts, and then the approval of the contracts awarded to Half Associates, LCA Environmental, and Benchmark Environmental.
Is there a second? And Ms. Wageman, I'd just like to clarify, you are excluding
URS Corporation.
URS.
Correct.
From this motion.
Yes, sir.
And without you, we don't have a quorum, so we're just voting on the other participants in that group, and we'll take URS. That's right.
Yeah, there's, I
But
think, 12 board
can't
members,
vote
so
on
there'll be a
URS.
quorum when I step out.
Pardon me?
There will be a quorum when I step out.
Okay.
Well, we're voting on the ones I can vote on.
So the motion's been made and seconded?
And a second, correct.
And we're going to vote for that.
Yes, sir.
All those in favor, please signify so by saying yes. Yes. Any opposition, say no, please. Abstentions? All right. And
Chairman Strauss, I'm also going to excuse myself for item 5, so you'll vote on the URS contract and then item 5. So I'm going to recuse myself and step out of the room now.
Okay, thank you. 1, 2, 4. Fine. We have a quorum. And we'll vote on URS, which was part of item 4, and Mr. Wageman made the motion to, for item 5, the contract for third-party administration of DART's self-insured medical plan for employees, retirees, and eligible dependents. All those in favor? Well, we're voting on the URS piece of item 4, and we're voting on item 5, and I guess I've just made that motion.
So, Mr. Chairman, you've made the motion as to URS,
Yes,
and you need a second.
I'm waiting for it.
Yeah. So moved.
The motion from Ms. Gates and the second is recognized. All those in favor of URS? All those in favor of the URS piece of item 5, of item 4 and item 5, please signify by saying yes. Yes. All those opposed, say no. Any abstentions? The motion carries. Gary Slagle? Would you
Yes.
take item 6?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. This item 6 is cooperative agreement with Blue Alliance Partners, the South Oak Cliff Alliance, for South Oak Cliff Blue Line Light Rail Extension, SOC 3. This item passed the Committee of the Whole unanimously, and I would move for approval.
Second.
The motion made and seconded. All those in favor, please signify so by saying yes.
Yes.
All those opposed, say no. Those abstaining, motion carries. Mr. Slagle, will you as well take items 7 and 8?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Item number 7 is contract award for track installation for the Central Business District Rail Limited Replacement Project. This item also passed the Committee of the Whole unanimously, and I would move that this be approved.
Second.
All those in favor, please signify so by saying yes.
Yes.
All those opposed, say no. Abstentions? Motion carries.
All right, item number 8, Mr. Chairman. Contract award for special tracking material procurement for the CBD or Central Business District Rail Replacement Project and SE1 Rail Maintenance. This item passed the Committee of the Whole unanimously, and I would move approval.
Second.
All those in favor, please signify so by saying yes.
Yes.
Those opposed, say no. Those abstaining, say you're abstaining. Motion carries. That concludes our action items for this evening, and we have one additional speaker. That's Ms. Tammy Greenberg Dublé.
I live at 1111 South Acker Street, Unit 209, Dallas, Texas, 75215. Thank you for looking at the PA system at the place. The last time I came, today they're working on it, so I'm really pleased about that. Got a very disturbing thing about my bus driver on the 26, the 39 bus. I guess the supervisor was complaining that he was late yesterday. And that's kind of strange because I've been complaining about that route for some time now, since the trolley construction. And yesterday, the school start yesterday. I've been taking this for about 7 years now. And the last 2 years, last year has been a really big challenge for the 39 because the trolley at Pearl Station and down at 8:30 in the morning, rush hour traffic. It can be kind of crazy, flashing red lights on that street. And I've been saying to reroute that route. And that driver, Calvin, is always mostly on time. Whenever he's on vacation, we drag him. Because the reliever, because I'm now at I take it on St. Hinsdale Field, that reliever driver doesn't get there at till 8:45. He will get there around 8:30 or 8:40. He's our best driver on that route. And please consider it, yesterday was the first day of school, speed zones, and that trolley construction near the First Baptist Church. And also, will you please get a local bus back to the public library, because the time is going to be changing again pretty soon. And I live downtown. I have to get off the train at Acker Street and walk all the way to Acker to go to downtown library. Please. And I know why you guys did to eliminate the 51 and expand the 31. But please, think about that. Thank you.
Excuse me. Ms. Dublé, would you speak with Maurice Bell? That concludes our business. This meeting of the Dallas Area Rapid Transit Board of Directors is adjourned. Thank you very much for coming.
Ms. William, hopefully your favorite videographer. We love comments. If you don't like the way Dart is handling things, lay it out for everyone to see. If you like or hate this video, tell us. If you'd like to see more videos like this one, tell us. We even love it when you call. Better yet, like or follow us on Facebook or subscribe to us on YouTube.